Hey guys and girls, Poketon King here, back with another video. Today we're going to talk about Lorcana and the lawsuit that is against Ravensburger by Upperdeck. So if you don't know who Upperdeck are, they've been one of the biggest names in card games for many years now. From the early 2000s, they were making a lot of card games. They got a lot of sports card games as well in the early 2000s, up until today. So they've got a lot of licenses. And what's happened is an ex-employee of Upperdeck had left and obviously gone to Ravensburger. They had pitched the idea for this Disney's Lorcana. I obviously don't know the details of it, like whether it was pitched as its own card game or it was pitched with the idea of it being Disney IP. But the mechanics and the whole thing is basically exactly the same as what they were planning at Upperdeck. And he's brought that over to Ravensburger, and obviously, Disney Lorcana is happening. The release is in August. We're not too far away from that now. So there's a couple of scenarios that can kind of happen from this. Is that the lawsuit kind of just gets, sort of not ignored, but it's not big enough. There's not enough weight to it for it to actually become a thing. And we kind of just go on about our business. Lorcana does really well, and that's that. The other scenario is that it actually delays the release of this. Bear in mind we're 2 months away from the release. They've got to sort of wrap this up pretty quickly, because I don't know in terms of the legality of it is, can they release an actual card game if the lawsuit's still pending? I'm not sure on the details of that. But there's also a possibility that we just don't get Lorcana. I think Disney's big enough now that they might end up putting their weight of it and going, right, okay, we're releasing this regardless. They might do a payoff settlement. But either way, it's interesting news and it's definitely exciting. It could be good or bad news for either side of this, honestly. But it's something that should be discussed, obviously. We haven't really seen something like this happen for a while. These things do happen, obviously. It's quite difficult with card games because the mechanics of a lot of card games are very similar. Obviously, I know with Flesh and Blood, for instance, we know that there's similarities with Magic the Gathering. There's a lot of card names that are Magic the Gathering cards. You look at Grand Archive, the backs of their cards look almost identical to Flesh and Blood backs. And every card game, with serials, with, art cards, there's just so many similarities between all card games that having a case of weight is very difficult. So there is information out there. We can kind of see as much of the information that we've been provided already, but it's certainly an interesting thing to talk about, because this could affect, sales, for instance. People might lose faith in this and go, do you know what? I'm cancelling my pre-orders. Stores might not want to stock it. They might not want, they might not want the risk that they're going to spend all this money now for the pre-orders, getting this product in for the game to not come out or be delayed. Because the summer is famous for being quite slow in sales. Obviously, we've got Dusk Till Dawn coming out. We've got the Lord of the Rings set from Magic the Gathering. So, Flesh and Blood and Magic the Gathering are bringing out 2 big sets this summer. Obviously, Lorcana comes out afterwards. So, it'll kind of be interesting to see from a sales side if we can track that. I'll try to find out as much information as I can, and I'll probably end up mentioning it in a later video, or I might put it on the Patreon. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. It's a short video. I kind of just wanted to talk about the news quickly. I know other content creators have probably done 20-minute videos on it. It's not a 20-minute video worthwhile content to make, honestly. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below, what kind of could happen. Maybe you understand the legal proceedings a little bit better than I do and kind of put in a little bit of an insight into what could possibly happen. But let me know, comment, like, and subscribe as always, and have a great day.